Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Three news stories. Birr was devalued twice today. I did a video a few hours ago. After that, Commercial Bank of Ethiopia again updated exchange rates. Where will it stop? 7% devaluation today on Wednesday alone, at 30% 2 days ago. Secondly, Ethiopian House of People's representatives met today. As I said 2 days ago, that I said yesterday that the meeting was about bailout package which IMF has announced for Ethiopia. And lastly, sugar factory workers have been kidnapped in Ethiopia. It seems kidnapping for ransom will continue. Why? Oromia seems to be the center of kidnapping for ransom. It's not that just Amharas entering Oromia from Amhara are suffering. Local Oromos are suffering. Let's start, viewers, with the first story about Ethiopian bird devaluation continuing. Where will it stop? No one really knows. Only Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, National Bank of Ethiopia knows. PMRB knows. We can only build an analysis. I think IMF demanded 50 to 60% devaluation in April when I did a video. It was demanding devaluation of Birr from 57 per dollar to around 90.95 per dollar. Then talks went on. Ethiopia resisted devaluation. Later it agreed because it was offered 20 billion US dollar package in the form of loans, grants, concessional loans, investment, etc. And Ethiopia, by the way, explored other avenues as well. It signed some currency swap agreements like with the UAE, but it could not get 5 or 6 billion US dollars. Had Ethiopia obtained 2 billion, 3 billion US dollars from somewhere, it could have avoided the IMF World Bank program, but it could not get this financing from any friendly countries. It had to go for this IMF World Bank program. On Monday, Birr saw the first decline, 30% decline from 57. I'm talking about selling price on. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia announced the selling price of Birr around 76.23 on Monday. Decline from 57 to 76.23. 30% decline. Tuesday, no change. Wednesday, twice Commercial Bank of Ethiopia updated exchange rates. The market opened this morning. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia reduced Birr's value by announcing a new exchange rate, 78.67 Birr per dollar, from 76.23 to 78.67. And later in the day, just a few hours ago, Commercial Bank of Ethiopia again updated the Birr to dollar exchange rate, other exchange rates too. So the new latest exchange rate, Birr to dollar, when I'm recording this video, is 81.6207. It means that on Wednesday, just today, Birr fell 7%. 30% decline on Monday, 7% today. So Birr has now lost 37% of its value. Where will it stop? No one knows, but I think the initial reporting which I did in April perhaps could be would point towards likely stop in bird devaluation. It will stop around 1995, I think. And we'll have to monitor the black market too. Is black market going to come down, or is bird going to gain in black market or not? Uh, in official market, it's going down. Banks will have to ensure the availability of dollars. If dollars are available, people can buy dollars from banks. Why would they go to black market to buy dollars at a higher price? Let's see. Banks are in a difficult position. Just two banks announced exchange rates yesterday. Other banks are just seeing the market. They don't know what will be the final exchange rate. So they're waiting. Businessman, again, uncertain. This uncertainty will prevail until government announcing that until government announces that the birr rate will remain stable. Of course, government cannot fix the exchange rates now because it has introduced a new system. But it can give a hint to people to market that this is where the birr is going to remain stable. Let's see. So far, two times the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia updated exchange rates today. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian Parliament House of Representatives approved IMF package. IMF on Monday announced 3.4 billion US dollar package for Ethiopian government to support macroeconomic reforms introduced by the Ethiopian Prime Minister on Sunday. 1 billion US dollar immediate delivery to Ethiopia, 500 million US dollars concessional loans for Ethiopia are part of this $3.4 billion package, financing package for Ethiopian government. PM Abiy called an emergency session. Obviously, he did not call, speaker called, but it was obviously his direction to the speaker. Speaker called an emergency session of the parliament, and parliament is a rubber stamp parliament, by the way. Ethiopian parliament is a rubber stamp parliament. It just approves whatever the prime minister, the ruling party ministers say. So, since the government has already agreed with the IMF about this bailout package, so Parliament was set to approve it. That is what happened. Parliament has approved. Why is that the Parliament has to be called for this emergency session? Because we're seeing criticism. Government is being criticized. Prime Minister is being criticized. So he wants all the MPs should take responsibility for whatever the outcome would be, whatever the impact would be of these macroeconomic reforms. He wants to be backed by the parliament. That is why this session of the parliament, emergency session, was called. Lastly, viewers, kidnapping for ransom continuing in Oromia, no end to it. Amharas entering Oromia from Amhara suffering, local Oromo suffering too. Sugar factories are known targets of these kidnappers who kidnap sugar factory workers, and then most of the time factory authorities, they have to pay ransom for the release of their workers. Metihara sugar factory is situated in Ishwa Fentale, Oromia region, and there four factory workers have been kidnapped. Ransom has been demanded. This is the second kidnapping for ransom of these sugar factory workers in the last 15 days. Fingers being pointed towards Oromo Liberation Army, that Ola is behind this kidnapping for ransom. Ola denies involvement. Abdul Qadir, the manager of the factory, confirmed this kidnapping for ransom incident. Ransom will have to be paid. Factories, factory workers, investors, they don't want to confront, they don't want to start a war against armed groups, including Ola. So they pay ransom. Sometimes families pay ransom, sometimes friends, community raise money to pay ransom. Security forces are nowhere to be seen. By the way, when Ethiopian Air Chief His brothers were kidnapped by Ola. The man kidnapped Ola commanders' families. Ultimately, Ola had to release Hilma Mirdasa. Hilma Mirdasa kidnapped Ola commanders' family members. And Ola had to release Hilma Mirdasa's brothers. Now, when common man is suffering, uh, poor factory workers are being kidnapped, and ransom is being demanded, no one will take action. Security forces will just issue statements. Some idiots will be involved, ransom will be paid, and that is how people are released. This kidnapping for ransom is turning into a big business in the Oromo area.